The opportunity has arrived. The Andromeda-Milky Way consolidation has started. Researchers have now found an odd ring that could be the main indication of the two universes blending. The ring was found by beginner cosmologists, rather by some coincidence, and the fact that they had made this discovery shocked specialists who had ignored the immense design for a long time. This amounts to nothing less than the consolidation of the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy starting far sooner than previously believed. Things could soon get awkward because the first stars have already flown out of Andromeda and are now moving toward the Milky Way. The Andromeda universe is moving quickly around the Milky Way, that much we have known for quite a while, and recreations have shown that the two will certainly impact. This gathering will end in a massive consolidation. Models, such as the Andromeda Galaxy, show that galaxy encounters don't necessarily need to lead to a full consolidation. Another galaxy scratched past it, but this didn't lead to a total consolidation, only to an interesting effect in which the two galaxies involved went through tremendous changes. The striking antenna, for instance, was made by the impact of the passing galaxy. The system hauls portions of the adjoining system behind it like a tail. The gathering of the Milky Way and Andromeda will turn out differently. The two are on an immediate crash course, and a singular universe will have formed after the gathering. Andromeda will be a massive system destined to be far bigger than the simple expansion of the Milky Way and Andromeda. Our Milky Way, furthermore, our next biggest adjoining system, are similar in size and width, although Andromeda is marginally bigger. Anyway, the Andromeda world contains definitely more stars than our home galaxy and is thus far brighter, denser, and has an altogether different structure. So, a tremendous and extremely complex galaxy meets a somewhat feathery one. The outcome will be a galaxy that will probably be disformed. Whether and how much spiral designs will be preserved, we are not yet sure, despite the fact that we have recreations and have also tracked down signs that the extraordinary marriage of the two has already begun. We won't live to see the actual outcome. The consolidation will take billions of years. The radiance of the Andromeda universe has already collided with that of the Milky Way. It was known that the two galaxies would blend, but we didn't know when this would happen. Specialists estimate a few million to a few billion years from now. Even more amazing are reports that the big wedding has already started. A few months ago, some beginner astronomers discovered an immense ring that extends around the whole Andromeda Galaxy. This thrilling discovery was made with an extremely simple telescope that cost no more than a couple of $100. Initially, the amateur stargazers couldn't believe what they found in their photographs of Andromeda, a corona that only sparkled faintly and was only visible because the three pioneers used a special filter to better showcase the gases of Andromeda. The Andromeda system is unquestionably one of the most photographed and investigated galaxies in the universe, and none of the professional astronomers have ever seen anything of this ring. Even telescopes costing billions of dollars have been unable to identify it. What precisely the ring is has never been explained. All we know is that it is an unusual gas fume that can't really come from Andromeda itself, as this gas is essentially non-existent inside the system. Further examinations have demonstrated that it could be a previously unnoticed piece of the galaxy's corona. However, there is also an interesting theory, according to which the ring is the first indication of the enormous galaxy consolidation. Tests have shown that the special gas in the ring could be a result of the interaction of the outer star halos of the two galaxies with intergalactic space. In fact, there is already a huge network of gases that extends close to most of the way across the Milky Way. So, the trade has most definitely already begun. Information from the Hubble Space Telescope also showed evidence that the halos of the two galaxies are already impacting. We could call this the first sensitive brushing and drawing nearer of the two galaxies. The schedule further suggests that the crash of galaxies doesn't just involve a simple meeting or passing by. The encounters of the giants happen incredibly slowly and last millions to billions of years. From the universe's perspective, this may truly just be a second, but from our perspective, these are events that we can barely grasp with our minds. In around 3.75 billion years, the galaxy should experience its first intermingling. Then, the matter parts of the two systems will certainly impact. This will radically change the attraction of star systems. The gravity of the two giants will trigger fantastic changes inside the two systems. This does not necessarily have to lead to destruction and chaos, precisely because this assembly happens at such a slow pace. Galaxies can also merge very delicately. Generally speaking, the consolidation resembles a dance that forms a unit from two partners. What is certain is that the forces the two will apply on each other will, however, be extreme. The strain and extreme interactions will lead to a period of intense star formation. The forces will cause the gas and dust supplies of the two galaxies to turn violently, leading to the formation of new stars. Thus, the number of stars after the marriage will be far higher than if we simply take the estimated star numbers of both galaxies together. The cycles will also fundamentally change the structures within the two galaxies. Elements will shift significantly, and the course of the rotation of the centers and arms will shift in the next billion years. The cores of the galaxies will combine completely, forming a giant, disc-shaped, elliptical galaxy. The tremendous marriage will also mean a consolidation of the two black holes at the centers of the galaxies. In fact, the two will attract each other so fiercely that they should be seen as the true engines of the consolidation. It's challenging to imagine what happens when two black holes of this size collide. The actual forces at work here are beyond our imagination. For millions of years, the two will simply move around each other, likely sucking in inconceivably vast amounts of matter and shining so brightly that they will increase the radiance of the galaxies. 1,000 universes wedding, from a brilliant point of view. We should investigate this occasion according to the viewpoint of a star system. Whether our sun actually exists at this time is problematic. It will most likely sparkle for another 4.5 billion years, and then, at that point, gradually explode into a cosmic explosion. It will consequently still see the start of the combination. We are situated in one of the external twisting arms of the Milky Way, and we would most likely be the first to notice the changes. The gravitational pull of Andromeda would spin star systems around, toss planets out of their orbits, and cause a total reworking. We now know, for example, that evolutionary cycles within our own universe have caused our planets to change their positions a few times. Jupiter has pushed Mercury increasingly closer to the Sun over the course of millions and billions of years. Furthermore, it might one day discharge it from the planetary system. Neptune is bizarre to such an extent that researchers believe it was formed within the planetary system or moved from another planetary system. These are changes that were, and are, amazing, yet they are innocuous compared to the changes that star systems and planets go through when two universes combine. Star systems could be spun around, and planets pushed out of their orbits. Possibly some smaller planets, or those with a delicate arrangement, would be annihilated. Others could start movements. Planetary systems could trade planets, or stars could wander freely through the new system without planets, until they have maybe bound different bodies to them. There would likely be a vivid combination that we can scarcely imagine now. The tumult would keep going for billions of years, and then a new order would arise. Anyway, this is all so far in the future that it's sketchy whether people will still be around. Gravitational attraction, regardless of expansion, means our universe is likely growing, which implies that space and the objects in it are constantly expanding. Consequently, the distances between universes are constantly increasing without the proper movement of the universes playing a part here. So how could it be that universes meet so savagely if they are really being driven away from one another by the expansion of the universe? There is a very simple solution to this. Although the universe is growing, the approach of the two systems is caused by gravitational attraction at relatively short distances. This is far more powerful than the expansion. Andromeda and the Milky Way are currently about 3 million light-years apart. On a cosmic scale, that is a short distance. The two have been close for quite a while, and cosmic systems probably also travel through the universe on imperceptible lines. These supposed fibers are the traffic courses and ways of the universe, and they add to the impact in their own way. We could also say that the two systems share a single street and should inevitably crash on it. Somewhere in this mix, there are also two other worlds, the small and large Magellanic Clouds. These are satellite galaxies of the Milky Way and will gradually merge into the Milky Way before the marriage between the two large galaxies. Anyway, the merging of the smaller galaxies is definitely less dramatic than the merger with Andromeda. What do hypervelocity stars reveal? Another thrilling sign of the impending impact is supposed hypervelocity stars. These stars travel through space at gigantic velocities, escaping the gravitational binding of their galaxy. These stars might have been catapulted from the Andromeda Galaxy by interactions with very massive black holes or by stellar explosions. They are now slowly beginning to move into the Milky Way. It will probably be only a matter of time before the first stars are also ejected from the Milky Way to become part of the newly forming Andromeda Galaxy. The question is whether this could happen to our Sun. Analysts see no risk here because, although we are in a spiral arm, we are not exactly at the edge. Furthermore, our spiral arm doesn't point directly into the areas that will likely interact with the Andromeda Galaxy first. Anyway, it can't be completely ruled out that we will already notice minor impacts of the universe's approach in the coming decades or centuries. We don't know whether this could be dangerous for humanity. If our star undergoes pressure or disrupts the nearby planetary system, this would obviously be deadly for the equilibrium, and our Earth would experience significant changes. Click subscribe now to get even more thrilling videos.